Hey everybody, Nathan P. Butler here from the Star Wars Library. This is not a regular episode, but I said back in the Zero episode that I'd give you a chance to see that Star Wars library of mine when I got the opportunity. There's no sense in looking at the comic boxes, because literally it's four of those long boxes, basically. The ones that you get your short ones, then there's that double length one. There's basically 3.5 of those, 4 of those are so filled at this point, but they're just boxes. There's nothing really there to look at in that case. There's certain oddball items I have around the apartment and whatnot, but when it comes to the books, the current generation video games, and the home video releases, I tend to keep them all sort of in one place here. So as I stand and grab the computer, I'll point the webcam along so you can see this particular library. Alrighty then. This, all that oddball stuff on top, like over here you got the those Ralph McQuarrie concept art action figures over there. This is my main Star Wars library. You've got these giant bookshelves with other stuff kind of piled in front of them. Each of these bookshelves has 6 shelves to it. They're book towers. There are 4 of those. Got to see those X-Wing figures, those miniatures there. Did a series of features for YouTube on the X-Wing miniatures game. If you haven't checked those out, they kind of break that down for you. Then I've got 2 of these longer bookshelves. This one's full up to, right now, to near the end of that first shelf there in terms of continuity. It's all chronological order here and such. But then it gets into the oddball stuff like the anthologies and whatnot. A little bit on the very edge there that's not Star Wars, but stuff that I've written. I've got my one shelf here that's essentially designed as a quick showcase. And then aside from one where I'm sorting stuff out, way down at the bottom are the guidebooks, those ones that are gigantic like the encyclopedia. There's another one off to its side about the same size. That's mainly, except for the stuff that's kind of piled in front of it there for the moment for safekeeping, it's mainly Star Wars videos. And as you go further down, stuff like the advanced uncorrected proof, the review copies. That binder there is full of comic books that are signed or photos that are signed, stuff like that. Over here, I have stopped keeping the stuff with my other DVDs, but here, sorry about the tilting and everything, that is a Clone Wars photo signed by many of the core cast members of the cartoon show, and one of the, what do they call it, the Force FX with removable blade lightsaber collectibles there. When I record, I'm always recording here. It's essentially at a dining room table, because I thought that'd be kind of a neat backdrop to have the actual books here behind while doing the show. You'll probably see these change as I'm going through and rearranging things over time. I may wind up having to get some new bookshelves. Things are kind of growing beyond control at this point, thanks to the sheer size of the Star Wars publishing arm. But, yeah, that is the Star Wars library. So I call this my Star Wars library, so when we say from the Star Wars library, part of it is, it's a book from the Star Wars publishing library. We're also talking about, literally, in my standpoint, from my home standpoint, it's from the Star Wars library, which is probably a name that I don't think my fiance will use to describe it to most people. And yet, there it is. The nerd strikes back. Anyway, just want to give you a chance to see it since I didn't get a chance to show you back in episode 0. I hope you enjoy the new web series, and I look forward to seeing your comments and your feedback. Thanks, and as always, may the Force be with the readers.